So I keep trying to make videos about the different types of accommodation style living in New Zealand, just to kind of give my perspective on it, I guess, give some tips and tricks, and just talk about my experiences. And Jesus Christ, I can talk, because each video is over 20 minutes long, and nobody wants to watch a 20-minute video about me talking about accommodation. That's not exciting. So let's see if I can do this in like under 5 minutes. This is my goal. I'm even gonna set my watch. Okay, are we ready for this? Go. So I have stayed in 8 different styles of accommodation. I have stayed doing workaway, staying at someone's house. I have stayed at someone's house in couch surfing formats. I have stayed at a lot of hostels. I have stayed in a fancy hotel. I have stayed at people's houses, like friends who are hosting me. I have settled and started living. I have camped, and I have done one other style of living that is not coming to my brain right now, and I'm not going to focus on it because that's going to make my video too long. So the ones that I really want to talk about would be workaway, couch surfing, hosteling, and camping. Those are the big 4, because those are the ones that are probably going to be most common whenever you go traveling. My favorite thing by far has definitely been doing the hostel life. I love hostels. I love that you get to meet people. I love all the different cultures coming together. I love all the different atmospheres of each hostel. Every hostel is different. Every hostel has its own story, its own style, its own words that I'm not remembering because I'm trying to talk really fast right now. But they're all different, and it's really cool because you never know what you're going to get. You meet so many different people, you can travel with them afterwards. Sometimes you're not going to like everything, like there's crowded kitchens, small kitchens, dormitory rooms with way too many people. Our record is 16 people in one dorm. That's a lot of people. But for the most part, I love hosteling. I love people. I love meeting people. I love traveling with people. I love hosteling. So my second favorite was probably camping. Camping and workaway were kind of... Anyway, camping was awesome. We stayed at Department of Conservation campsites, also known as DOC or DOC campsites. DOC campsites are very different from Canadian campsites because instead of marked spots where you go and you park and that is your spot and no one else goes on there unless invited, it is just an open space in the middle of some gorgeous but untouched wild wildernessy type area, like underneath mountains, on top of mountains, by beaches in the ocean, in the middle of forests, like gorgeous, gorgeous wild places, and you just pick a spot in the cordoned off area and you pitch your tent or you drive your car or you drive your camper van up there and you set up camp, and that is where you camp. And for people who don't like roughing it, probably not for you. Most of the time there's bathrooms. A lot of times it's outhouse. Once in a while it's like the flush toilet kind of bathroom. If there's water, it's cold. I went to 2 campsites where the water was actually bad and you had to boil it before you drank it. Most of the time there is not showers. If there are showers, they will be cold. I hate cold showers. I'd rather go 7 days without showering. So I'm okay with roughing it 7 days without showering as opposed to just taking a cold fucking shower. So if you like that kind of atmosphere, there's that. There's also holiday park style camping, which is very interesting because it's completely the opposite spectrum. There's full kitchens, there's full bathrooms, including hot showers with good or decent water pressure. You know, there's huts as well as camper van places with electricity and special spots for your tents and everything, and it goes from almost complete roughing it to you might as well just be staying at like a hostel. Workaway, I also really enjoyed. The place that we stayed at was absolutely amazing. The guy that we stayed with, he cooked for us. He was an amazing cook. It was very much an exchange of cultures and ideas. It was great because you're actually living with people who live in the area. And when you're living with people who live in the area, you actually learn a lot more about the area than say if you're at a hostel and you're going from tourist spot to tourist spot to tourist spot. You learn more about local life. You learn a lot more about just how the city or the country or whatever operates in general. And you also get to make kind of close friends because you're with them and only them, well, except when you go out and explore and stuff for a week, and so that's really cool as well. You obviously can get your bad experiences with that. Because, you know, sometimes people treat you like servants, sometimes you just don't get along with people and fights ensue. I can think of a certain story where after 24 hours someone got kicked out because she was homesick and asked to call her host family. Yeah, so there's obviously bad experiences. You know, you could sleep in really dirty places, really musty, cold, awful places. I was really lucky, not my experience. And then there's couch surfing, which is the opposite for me. I had the bad experience with couch surfing. I know so many people who had fantastic experiences couch surfing, you know, made lifelong friends, fantastic stories, funny stories, whatever. My story involves a weird guy and a fridge that had a crisper full of blue water, moldy potatoes, sleeping on a moldy mattress, and getting told his life story via a binder full of pieces of paper and newspaper cutouts and certificates going back to kindergarten, talking about his life accomplishments, such as graduating kindergarten. So our experience not as good. Our second night of trying to do couch surfing, the person never got back to us, so we ended up last minute having to find a hostel. Couch surfing hasn't been as great, but the rest of the stuff I've loved. I might try couch surfing again, but honestly I've kind of been put off by this. Okay, I'm at 6 minutes, so done. Thank you for listening to me ramble. That was really fast. Hope everyone's doing well.